let's get into the situation. Now, don't worry, I got you. If you look at that top left-hand corner, you'll always see what's coming next. Now, let's get started. Find some rhythm. Now, we're going to go right, left, big circle to the right. At the top of that circle, you want to squeeze the glutes, fully extend the hip to make sure you're maximizing the contraction and work in the glutes. Now, as you get comfortable with the movement, challenge your balance by reaching the fingertips to the sky. Again, you see what's coming next. We're just going to swing the hips to the left to start. So get started. Here we go. Left, right, circle to the left. Again, make sure you're fully extending at the top. Is that as high as you can go? Really challenge yourself by lifting those hips. Again, if you're feeling yourself, lift the fingertips to the ceiling. Challenge the balance. Good. Make sure that your right heel is the one down and that your knee is stacked over the ankle. Pull that left knee nice and tight. We're just going to flick it as we lift. So same thing, fully extending the hips at the top. Stretch out that leg, and then we're going to do the same thing over knee, over ankle. Make sure you stack, tilt your pelvis back, squeeze the glutes. Here we go. Alright, so for the setup, you want to make sure that your shoulder is stacked over your wrist. You want to stack your heels and your knees, and you want to focus on squeezing the outside of the glute to externally rotate the hip, and then give yourself a nice little body roll. At the front of that body roll, you want to make sure you squeeze your glutes as you bring the hips forward. Go ahead, feel yourself. Nobody can see you. Great job. Keep going. I know you feel the burn. Make sure that that shoulder is still stacked over your wrist. All right, let's get into our setup again. Shoulder is stacked over the wrist. Knees and heels are stacked. Squeezing the outside of the glute to externally rotate. Now look at the modification if you need it. But still, with the modification, your shoulder is stacked over your elbow, okay? Super important that you decide when to breathe. On the exhale is the up phase, right? Exhale, exhale, inhale, blow it all out. Inhale, exhale. But you decide, make sure you're not holding your breath. Make sure that your hip width apart, and then gentle on the knees, right? So if you have any knee problems, make sure that you're fully engaging the core at the top, the glutes at the top, and maybe just don't go as low if you need to. Also, if you want to take out the hips, which I don't know why you would, it's a vibe, you can do that to make it simpler. Reverse that circle to the other direction so you can even. And I'm just showing any arms, right? So you can do whatever arms you feel comfortable with. Find your little groove, get into it. Cool. We're switching the tempo here, so you'll have 4 or 8 counts in between here. Now, pay attention to the pattern. We're going to have a little swivel of the knee. So we're going to close, open, swivel, tap, together, open. Close, open, swivel, tap, together, open. Close, squeeze your glutes to open the leg. Tap, squeeze your glutes to bring it back over. If that's too much, check out the modification at the top left. know you're really enjoying these long breaks. Now I want you to stack your body in a straight line. So I'm just going to show different options. You can either rest on your hand or extend the arm or kind of like a pillow, but just make sure that the leg has a good stable base for working. So again, core is engaged, still squeezing that outside glute. As we bring the leg up, I know it's not cute to keep the leg parallel, but we're working on AB abduction. So make sure the leg is parallel as you kick it to the ceiling. So again, on that setup, I'm making sure that my body is in one straight line. So from the shoulder to the hip, to the knee, to the ankle, right? So I don't want to be super wobbly. I'm going to engage my core by pulling my belly button in and tightening my rib cage toward the center. Like a cat-cow child's pose situation, but it's basically a body wave. So you're going to arch your back, and then at the bottom of that wave, you're going to squeeze your glutes to fully extend the hips, and then round the spine to sit back. So arch, squeeze the glutes, round the spine to sit back. Arch, squeeze the glutes, round the spine to sit back. Careful that you're not jerking into that position, right? You're just gently squeezing and then rebounding. And then look right to left if you want to. Feel yourself. It's also a good little massage for the back. So choose what makes you feel good. Stretch your wrist if you need to. Really take this time. Your break is to really like not be in motion, but if you need to add a little stretch in between, you can. Come to a dolphin position with the arms, so clasp the arms and make a little tripod. Right leg will go. Alright, I had to catch the beat here, but now that I caught it, y'all join in, okay? So as you're bringing that leg to the side, you're engaging your adductors, the inside of the thigh, and your glute as well. So make sure that it's controlled and you're not literally whacking your leg, but you're using the muscles to control that movement across the midline of the body. Let's do it on the left. Okay, so next we have a little twerk, 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 tap. Alright, so still want to make sure your body is aligned in one straight line. Rest your head, hold your hand. And then the first couple, we're going to twerk, 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 tap, and then we'll hold it at the bottom. So again, we're working on external and internal rotation at the glute. So make sure that that rotation is coming from the hip. So right here is isolated. You can see you don't want to use your knee. Really twist from the hip. And then we're just going to take it to the other side. So on the other side, I'm going to show you a different variation. We're going to tap and then take the leg up. But you can choose whichever one feels comfortable when you bring it back. So again, we're going to lift, lift, tap. Lift, 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 tap. Cool, I know you're feeling it now. I don't want to really give y'all so much of, my woo-ha. So I'm just going to show you two forwards so you can see what's happening. So I'm stacking my knees, I'm extending my hips, lifting up, opening the legs, and then going the other direction. So from the side, extending, closing, lift up. Again, you want to lift your hips as much as possible. That's how you get the glutes involved at the top. Alright, we about to get a little sassy now. This is a combo movement. So we're going to basically bend and extend the leg, drop in, give me a little crybaby, old school crybaby. Y'all know how to do that. Now, once you get the rhythm, I want you to pay attention to using your hip as the prime mover to help that leg stabilize at the front. So here it's stabilizing. right? We're gonna get a little external, internal, abduction, all of that in the crybaby, boom, boom. And then you wanna send the leg behind you so that you get the extension in the back. I know, a lot to think about. Now I'm just gonna be quiet so you can groove it out. Take a break, but while you're going to the other side, just so you know the counts, actually don't worry about the count. You find your groove because I want you to focus on getting it work. Here we go. Excellent coordination. Now we're going to do another little winding movement. So you're on your forearms. You're going to bring one leg over while the top leg is bent. So that one leg is going to go on a little arc, and then you're going to switch. Right, so you switch, bend, switch, bend. Again, using the glutes with the external rotation and the abduction. And the adduction on the way in. A little bit of internal rotation. Alright, you guys, we've reached our last exercise, so we're just going to do a little hyper. So you want to start on your stomach, rest your head on your hands. You're going to squeeze your glutes open to a V, squeeze, tap back to the starting position. So just hip width apart. You want to use just your glutes to lift off the ground and not your low back. Go ahead, try. You can notice if you feel it in your back or your glutes, so make sure you're squeezing your glutes. Keep those legs nice and straight. Excellent work, sis. You did it. Now just open the knees, send the hips back to the heels, reach your fingertips forward, stretch the back. Alright, then we're going to place our left foot down, cross the right ankle over, shift our weight forward, open your chest, maybe gently rocking side to side to stretch that glute, and then switch sides. The left ankle goes across, make sure you're turning that out so you really can get into the glute. And then just knees into the chest. One final exhale to relax. You got it. Now you can stay here or you can do another step.